after the cutscene.
I don't know.
Listen up, noble team.
I can hear you just fine.
Down relay outpost 50 clicks.
Alright, so
from
3, 2,
We're gonna introduce
1,
ourselves to
and come on, go.
shoot
Okay.
down attempts are likely, so keep your distance.
So, this is Halo Reach. More specifically, we are on the planet Reach, and this level is Winter Contingency. Now, Winter Contingency is the toughest level in the speedrun by far. There's just a lot of little tricks that happen in here, and there's a lot of things that need to happen to make those tricks work. First off, we're just going to kind of graze through some of the common tricks that you'll see, and they're going to be grenade jumps, slope jumps, and hammer jumps, and conch jumps. Essentially, what a slope jump is you jump and crouch, you land on a sloped surface like this, and it will launch you forward. So you'll see that quite a bit. And grenade jumps, you just throw a grenade, jump off the grenade, and so forth. Alright, so right out the gate, nice little slant jump right here. And our first trick is actually a needed one. We are going out of bounds. Now, this is the only level where we actually go out of bounds on the easy run. And we do this to despawn one of the characters inside of the Falcon. And we are actually going to hijack the Falcon later on in the level. So we actually need to do this to get him out of there, because if he's still inside of it, we aren't able to hijack the Falcon. Just doing some Skyrim rock climbing here, nothing too crazy. I mean, it might be for you, because, you know, you gotta usually go around that barrier, and it takes a few minutes, and then these guys go and talk to some civilians inside of that building. But we're just gonna skip all that. We jump on top of this building here, and we just kind of glide across. There's a barrier that prevents us from falling in. And what we're doing is we're skipping a bunch of loading triggers just to set us up perfect for grabbing the Falcon. What we're hoping for here is a plasma pistol, and we got it, so that's actually the best RNG you can get. And I'm going to let Private discuss what's happening next.
Yeah, now we're going back inside this building to start the progression of the game again. It was already halted. Now he just shots the Falcon down with a charged plasma shot. It works practically like an EMP and disables any vehicle. And oh no, wrong seat.
Yeah, let me in.
And he needs to flip that Falcon when it comes down, or it wouldn't open and didn't let him in. So now he's just killing a few enemies to hopefully get a good checkpoint. If the next trick will not happen, he can checkpoint here. And I don't see one coming up. Hopefully we get one. So next up, you see this little spirit there, this dropship. He wants to nudge himself inside it and drag himself out of bounds. It's really hard to do this. It pushes... No. Yeah, it's easy to slip out.
Oh, we didn't get the checkpoint either. That's a bummer.
And no checkpoint. Okay, it's easy to slip out of that spirit, as we saw. So he needs to do this all again if he didn't get the checkpoint after this little fight.
And it is a very hard trick, but it is worth going for multiple times because it just saves that much time.
Yeah, you skip mostly all of this level basically, and go right at the last fight, or second to last fight. So it's really worth going for multiple times. And there's a checkpoint. Oh, but we need to wait for the spirit.
That's okay. I'd rather have a checkpoint and wait.
Yeah, that's true. What can happen here is a spirit can take off in different directions and really not pick you up at all. It's really hard based, and
come on, let me out! Let me out! Yeah!
Let me out! Yes.
All right, so now we are out of bounds, and essentially what we're going to do now is we're going to load in later areas of the level. As you can see, this place isn't here, and poof, now it is. Basically, we just skipped about half the level right there, and now what we're doing is we are starting the wave fight. 1 second here. We hop out. We hop back in. Oh, I didn't get the checkpoint, so hold on.
There will be 3 waves of enemies coming in, and he just wants to grab that checkpoint there. Because it can happen that you won't get out of the Falcon if you don't hop out. And now he's just flying back to the previous checkpoint to unload everything of that wave. That will basically just let them not spawn and skip all those waves and he can go ahead with the next checkpoint to get further. Now we just... Okay.
We wait for Frank here. Yeah, we wait for Frank here to fall from the sky. He's a little grunt. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Goodbye.
Why
We
he
load
spawned
back in
there,
here.
nobody knows.
Yeah, right.
He's just there.
If he doesn't spawn and you load this area in, the wave fight will just continue on from where it was. So you really want to wait for him to show up, and then we're just kind of here. But because we deloaded it, as you can see, this area isn't even there anymore. It will eventually pop up. These barrels like to float. I mean, we're just kind of hanging out. This guy comes screaming in at about 5,000 miles an hour. We wait for him to drop some shield jackals, some grunts, and a couple elites. And once the there's an objective that'll pop up on the screen. Once that pops up, we'll melee 5 times, and it will let us get to the next area a little bit faster. It just loads it in for some reason.
It just works.
4 and 5. Wait. All right.
It really loads in so much faster. If we wouldn't do this, it would take so long. So now he's making his way through that hallway, hopefully killing that elite really good. Oh yeah, that's a nice kill. And he soon throws a grenade down his feet to get those other runs out. That's a 4 kill, that's nice. And a grenade to that door to...
And another quad, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's nice. So
and
the last
there's
elite...
something that can happen in this level where if a grunt follows you into that room, you can actually get soft locked by that button. So it's pretty rough. But a 559, not too bad. I'll take it.
Yeah.
And we move
at the
on
button,
to...
you're basically stuck inside the room and can't get out. So if something follows you, you can't pretty much kill it.
Yeah, it can be pretty rough. So this level is Oni Sword Base. Now, Oni Sword Base is probably one of my favorite levels to run. It's also the one that we recommend newcomers to try out. Just because I wouldn't say it's relatively easy, but it's easy to learn. Because there isn't like super difficult tricks on this one, and it helps you with your combat, and it helps you with some of your sprint cycles and such as well. So, but what we're doing here is we're grabbing our little laser pointer, and we go back over there, and it just kills all the enemies back there. Hopefully we get a checkpoint.
Hopefully.
We did not, so somebody survived. That golden elite survived, but we got him, so that's okay. And now we grab this plasma pistol, and we're out. It just saves us from fighting those guys, essentially.
With that plasma pistol, he now wants to disable this warthog and get into it, just to ditch it later for a ghost. And hopefully not explode it by doing this.
Yeah, there's actually a trigger if this guy drives just a bit further. It actually just blows up if you drive a certain distance away from there. Oh, and we got a boost. If ghosts boost as you're hijacking them, they have a full boost meter when you start to drive them. But if they don't boost, you have to wait for that to replenish, so it just saves that little bit of time.
So in this level we want to hit 3 buttons, but because they were so kind and made the hitbox of those buttons really big, we can just hit it through any wall we want.
They made the actual physical button very, very small, so they felt bad, and they're just like, well, let's just make the hitboxes really big. There's 3 of them that we're going to hit in this area here. We did hit the first one right there. The second one is right over here, which, again, we're just going to hit it through the wall. So, hit it there, jump back in, splatter that guy. Oh, he dodged. Good dodge,
the third one will be up here, and we have multiple ways to do this. There's one grenade jump we can do to get up there and push it, or you can just have a bit harder setup to push it through the ground, basically.
Yeah, and there's a few ways to get it. I just like the grenade setup. I feel it's a little bit faster for me. Now we're just kind of floating over here, waiting to open up our next area. Now our next area is a skip called Hunter Skip. And I'm going to try and explain it the best I can. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to take this ghost over some cement blockades. And when we do, we'll jump over the ledge, and we'll run to the door, or we'll ghost to the door as fast as possible. And when we get to there, the door will open, or hopefully it will open up. Now what it does is it looks for the hunters that will be there. That's why it's called Hunter Skip, because we don't really fight hunters in this game. Hopefully I got that. That's going to be really rough here. Second.
Yeah, when the door sees the hunters, it will close off. So we need to be faster before the hunters to spawn in, that the door stays open.
And that can actually be a soft lock as well. What'll happen is if you're too slow, the hunters will spawn in before the door can open, and then the hunters are just invincible and you can't kill them. But if you're quick enough, the door doesn't see any enemies spawned in, and the game thinks, oh, you killed everything, so here you go, opens up the doors for you.
Really kind of it.
Very kind.
Yep.
Alright, this whole area, usually you climb up and go across some bridges and stuff. We're just going to skip all that. So we run up here, we do a little trapeze, jump up here, jump up here. Ooh, almost made that. Ooh, I jumped too far.
And set ourselves up for a little grenade jump up to the last rafter.
Oh, we just barely made that.
Yeah.
A little bit of pucker in there, but that's okay. Alright, so now what we're going to try and do is something called lock-on transfer. And we shoot a rocket, look at a different Banshee, and then we shoot another rocket. And basically what that does is it locks onto both of the Banshees, and it should destroy both of them. And it just saves you that much more time, so you don't have to sit there and wait to lock onto another Banshee.
There's one difference in this level between the original Xbox version and the PC or MCC version, because on the original Xbox, because it had less RAM, you could not load in as many enemies, and because we skipped so many before, it would just not load this much Banshees. And of course, PC has more RAM and more capabilities, so
that was actually a really good enemy.
That was a good one.
Anything pretty much under 5 minutes in a full game run's very good. Alright, so our next level is Nightfall. Now, Nightfall is definitely our most competitive level for Halo Reach. Just because the timing is so tight on it. There isn't a whole lot for RNG in this level. It is almost all skill and just based on how well you manage your sprint cycles and jumping abilities.
Yeah, there will be no fight, so it's all just skill.
Yeah. Lots of grenade jumps, lots of slope jumps to make yourself go that much further. So we go off of here, we get this little slope jump here, hopefully. That was actually a really good slope jump.
So what is happening there? When he jumps on a slope, he will get, depending on the angle of that slope, a little boost forwards. And he can make that even greater by crouching before landing on it, and then uncrouch while he's hitting the slope. Then he will just get this pop-up from this character and get so much more speed.
Right here, we're going to hopefully get these Goudas to attack us. We want this front one to attack us, but she just kind of messes off, so bye Felicia.
It actually would have hit him or punched him and threw him a bit further, but it doesn't want to.
It saves like half a second to a second. It's really nice to get, but it's not a necessity. We're going to hope for another little god jump here, and we got one. Hey, look at us go today. Killing it. Alright, so we jump over here. Now, what's happening over here is there's a bunch of Marines and some civilians, and we got the jump there. Man, we're smoking today.
You're killing it.
Oh, we're up there. Okay, so basically what's happening to the right of us is there's a bunch of Marines and a bunch of civilians fighting for their lives, and they'll be okay. We just leave them be.
They're totally fine. You're supposed to save them, but man, they're Marines, they're trained, they know what they're doing.
They got Marines, they'll be okay.
Yep.
So the rest of this is just some sprint cycle management for a little while here. You'll notice me jump at the end of my sprint, and what I'm doing is I am carrying the momentum from my sprint a little bit further, because when you jump when you're sprinting, you actually keep your momentum. So right at the end of my sprint cycle, instead of it just ending, I jump to keep that going just that much further, which can save you up to like 10 seconds in this level. It's insane.
Now
what's
we're
happening?
coming.
I'll let you do.
Okay, now we're coming up to probably one of the first wheelie skips of Halo Reach, and this is this little forklift here, and you can like line up yourself to the door just nicely right in the middle to hop out and maybe get through it.
Oh, come on.
It is really tight. It's
Okay,
just yes, we have it. And
Third
since
time's
now since we have clipped that and basically skipped all of that, and nobody really knows what this port was anymore, No enemy will loaded be here, and there will be no fights. Nothing has to do. Just run to the end, and that's
I
it.
crouched instead of sprinted, but I did.
Why not?
Right. So yeah, the rest of this level, you just kind of sprint to the end, and that's Nightfall. And you can kind of see how tight this is. I think my placement, I think I'm in 20th place, and it's tied for like, I don't know, 6 people.
Yeah, it's
so
it's probably
pretty,
the most routed level by far.
it's very, very close. All right, so our next level is Tip of the Spear. Tip of the Spear is a pretty fun one to run, personally. There's a lot of cool little like swag tricks that you can do, and it actually has one of the hardest tricks in the game called Ghost Grenade Jump. I might try and go for it, depending on if a ghost is following me or not, if I'm gonna get splattered, because sometimes they will follow you, and if they splatter you, it's game over.
So he wanted to disable those, yeah, rocket turrets kind of things, and get himself this concussion rifle to make that water gear drop earlier.
It's like 26 seconds was okay. Do a little DMP slalom there. And so what we're doing here is we're going to destroy 2 AA guns. One of them's right here, one of them's later on in the level. And we just kind of hop over here. Do a little Tokyo drift. I can't see what was happening there. Okay, we got
looking
it.
good.
Second shot. That Revenant can go away. Alright, the Ghost is following us, so we're not going to go for Ghost Grenade Jump. It's actually a very, very hard trick, and it's not really full game viable unless you're very good at it. But we are going to go for Bridge Skip, so let's see what we can get here.
He wants to go as fast as possible and lift up the nose to,
Let's go, first try.
grab that. Really good. That's actually really hard to do.
I ran out of boost.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I lost all of my time.
Oh no! You lost all your control. Even that.
Alright. Get out of there.
Let's go.
So yeah, that skip is pretty difficult. Unfortunately, I just lost all that time I saved. That's okay though. I'm pretty happy I got to show that trick off. It's very fun to do.
Yeah, so usually now what you want to do here is go left and over this bridge, but you can just climb those walls.
Oh.
Okay.
Do a couple
And
jumps. Oh,
no!
close. That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna wait for just a sec here for our shield to come back. Otherwise, we get very low on health. Oh, there we go.
Yes,
Second try.
nice.
So we run up here. We skip walking across the entire like back area, which there's like a bunch of little crevices. 360 swag.
360 swag.
We just jump over that gap using some little conch help here.
With conch, he
Little
means
off
the
the wall.
concussion rifle. It's called.
Yeah, the concussion rifle. Sorry. But yeah, we just skipped about 1.5 to 2 minutes of just like fighting stuff and running around in circles. So it's pretty nice to get that. Alright.
So up next will be another AA gun we have to disable, and there's a neat little setup he will do right now. I hope, yeah, he does. So he can basically just shoot a grenade right into it and not even looking.
Sweet, first try.
Not even looking.
So we do that because it keeps these hunters close by. Hopefully it keeps them inside. This one decided to be a little ballsy and get outside of it.
Yeah, when the AA explodes and the hunters
still
are nearby or inside it, they will die from the explosion of that AA gun. And now he just needs to...
It's the only hunters we actually fight in the game.
Yeah, I would not call it fighting at all. But
Yeah, it's not really fighting. It's
Yeah.
just knocking them out pretty easily. Hold on, I do have to hear an audio cue. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, you're cheeky, aren't you? Alright, we're gonna go for a little bit more swag strat here. So we run up top on this rock, do a conch jump up here, and we wait. And we are waiting for this falcon to come screaming over the top with George in it, and we're gonna jump inside of it as it's moving.
and
Oh, that was really
whoa.
close to death.
it is so easy to get killed by that.
Okay, we got pretty lucky there.
Yeah.
It actually saves you probably like 6 seconds if doing the trick, but you can lose like 8 seconds if you miss it. So it's not really worth going for. It's just really cool.
But
to
it's
do it.
looking good. Yeah, so this section will now be an auto-scroller, and if you have any donations or anything, you can go ahead.
I sure do have donations. The Halo Reach community is really coming through.
Awesome.
We have $20 from Dizdon. Dizdon here, love you all. Keep up the great work for Sweet Relief. Good luck to all the runners.
Thank you.
We also have $10 from Swan to the J24. Good luck, IceColdKiller. I'm working to beat all Halo campaigns on Legendary and definitely not speedrunning through them.
Good luck, my friend. I wish
That's
you
a
the
tough
best.
one.
Shout out to all the Halo speedrunners. I also have $100 from Cool Air J. Thank you so much for that donation.
Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that.
I have $20 from Lazy Luca 1. Thank you very much for that donation. And I would just like to check in on some of our upcoming goals. We have actually raised $236 towards our bonus run of Celeste Classic 2 by SexRex.
Cool.
Awesome.
So we've made
Good job.
quite a bit of progress. We have just under $1,000 to go to get that bonus run.
Awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for donating for that. That's amazing. So we are hoping to not get a very special man called Golden Doodle Bob. I jumped in the wrong seat.
Yeah. There will be a golden elite that can spawn here on the tower. We will want to...
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Oh, I dodged it! Let's go!
Oh, nice. He will kill you most instantly when he sees you, so that was a good one.
Oh, that was really close. Yeah, he's wrecked a lot of PBs for me, standing on top of that hill or standing behind the vehicle as soon as I get up there. Alright, give me just a couple seconds here.
Let's go.
That was a really nice top there, so just clean up that a little bit. And we are done with Tip of the Spear. 625, not too
that's
bad.
good. Yeah, that's good.
And our next level is Long Night of Solace.
That will be the longest level of this one.
Yep, by far. All
And
right, so
hopefully-
we are starting off here. We are gonna run to a beach, and our goal is to get a plasma pistol and do essentially the hunter skip again, except it's with an elite. There's an elite that comes down in a drop pod, and you want to kill him before a spirit drops. Hold on. Oh, we got the plasma
You got
pistol.
it.
Okay.
Nice.
There's like 4 needlers there. So we want to pick up the plasma pistol, and we'll get to this next area. I don't know why it checkpointed there. That's not very good. We get over here as fast as possible, and we will kill the elite. And what that does is the door checks for enemies in the area, and if there's no enemies, then there is no way to.
That's
and we got that first try.
And now he just wants to grab another sniper rifle for himself from that little Marine.
Thank you for your service. I appreciate you.
Imagine being this Marine just standing there opening the door because your hero Spartan just saved you and you just get mauled by him. Damn it. That other guy needs some psychological help after this.
He'll be okay.
Oh, boy.
Alright, so we're gonna hope for Lucky Helmet here. Sometimes you can drop his helmet off, sometimes you can't.
And
Oh,
no
no.
lucky helmet for us.
No Lucky Helmet.
No lucky
Alright, we'll
helmet.
see how this goes.
Not a good
Our
sign.
next area here is going to be a flying section. Now, they heavily promoted the flying section, and a lot of people didn't like it when it came out. I don't know why. I think it's kind of fun, but with speed running, it is one of my least favorite parts, next to Winter Contingency.
It just takes so long.
It takes a long time, and there isn't a lot of checkpoints. So you can miss out if you get far enough in the level. What'll happen is if you end up dying, you'll go back to like a minute and a half, and it's just a run killer. There is quite a bit of audio cues here as well that I go off of, so there's going to be a couple parts where I do have to kind of focus on the game, but I'll let you know when we get to that point.
Alright. Yeah, it's for now. It's just some voice lines we have to wait, and before the actual enemies spawn in.
It also had you do that tutorial every single time, so
Yeah.
it's fine. It's not like we haven't played this game for like 300 hours plus. But yeah. So we just kind of line up here. There's multiple different lineups for this section, but this one in particular is what I'm used to, so.
There will be a wave of ghosts spawning in soon, and you want to hit it from the side, so you have basically the Banshees, sorry. The Banshees basically flying into your shots instead of needing to weave around and hitting them. Let's see how well this works. Just this one.
I forgot to turn up my DPI on my mouse. That was pretty rough.
Oh no.
Oh, we actually
it went
had
well.
we actually had one of those guys help us out for once. Usually they don't.
So the next wave will be a few of those Seraphs. Those are quite tougher to shoot because they have a shield, so you need to pepper them down first, and then true rockets will do the rest. But they are quite dodgy, they can dodge your rockets fairly well.
Oh, he dodged me.
He just did it, yeah. This is such an RNG-based level.
Oh, he got a shield back just in time.
Damn!
Okay, we're good. Last one here. That was pretty bad RNG on that second.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Be advised, we show a large attack force inbound. Combat air patrol and saber teams are directed.
Now
So
we
we do
have
this
another
lineup
wave.
again. Yeah, this third wave here is a mix of both the Seraphs and the Banshees, and we want to try and destroy all the Banshees because that just saves us the most time.
Yeah, the game wants you to kill a specific amount of enemies before it goes ahead, but the Banshees are far easier to kill, so we're going for them. If we don't find a Banshee, we can get one or two Seraphs, but hopefully the Banshees are enough. Okay.
We missed a Banshee,
No,
that's
just-
okay.
just get a
I couldn't
Seraph.
find him.
Anchor 9 to saber teams.
That's alright. Oh, I just found him. That's okay.
Oh yeah.
So now we're just here, we're waiting for some Phantoms to fly in, and we're gonna kind of do another lock-on transfer. It works the same as the rocket transfer, except you have to make sure that you get all these guys here.
They're fairly simple, just a few rockets and they're down.
Yeah, but you do have to do 8 rockets on them. Anything less than 8 rockets and they will survive, so.
Now every enemy will flee from this area and we can just kill the rest to get them out of this level sooner. And then, yeah, head back to the landing bay and get the last checkpoint for this section of this level.
Bravo 029er, you are clear to dock. Activating marker.
Just wait for some voice lines to finish.
I have ran into the side of this building so many times just sitting here waiting. It's not even funny. Alright, so this is Space 2. So Space 2 is actually quite difficult. There's a skip that I'm going to go for called Tech Skip, where essentially I'm going to destroy the engines quicker than what I should be. I'm a little slow to that, hold on.
We just shot all the Banshees that were below that ship in the hangar bay to not have them fight later on. And whoa! Okay,
Oh, I got them all.
you got it.
No, I didn't get the audio skip, that's
No.
okay. That was just a little too slow, and I was really risky on that. But that's okay. I can't find anybody. Where are they?
Okay. For the rest of this level, he just needs to kill all the remaining enemies, and then it will be done for this section.
Who's everybody? Jesus.
They're hiding.
So you can get some good RNG where Anchor 9 actually like helps you out, but a lot of times he just kind of sits there and floats around. So
Not
we don't
hitting
really worry
anything,
about
yeah.
him too much. Oh, they ran into each other.
That's the thing.
Yeah, sometimes they can run into each other, and it just destroys them both.
Guess it's the last one.
Yep, so that's the last one there.
Yeah. Now we want to line up with the next loading trigger for the next section. That will be right under that little bridge thing and over that shield. Just get stuck there and wait for it to happen.
Set down immediately on that Corvette's topside landing pad.
Really nice.
Right, so now we are going inside of the base here.
The Savannah's countermeasures won't work.
I like to do sword and sniper strats. There's sword and rocket strats, but I'm not very good at it, so.
As soon as we're sure the Corvette can't
And so right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give all of our Marines here enemy weapons or alien weapons. And what that does is it actually, their regular weapons are
Let's get that space bomb on board.
like debuffed by like 50%. So
Yeah.
if you give them alien weapons,
They do
it
more damage.
just gives them more damage.
Yeah.
And they just go hyper aggressive with the alien weapons for some reason.
Meet them there.
So
You
we're
want
going to
to kill-
shoot from the center out. Basically, it just kind of forms the guys on that left side and brings them forward towards the center. So then when we get to that point, we just kind of blow up some of these grenades, but I was a little late.
If you didn't saw it, he first killed that engineer that was floating up in the air, because it would just put a shield around every other enemy and you couldn't really kill them. And now get the last one.
Oh,
Good.
I didn't get the...
Yeah, you didn't get it.
I need in.
Let me up. Okay. 838 button, that's not too bad.
That's okay.
That was a really bad internal fight, but we'll take it.
Noble 6.
So what I like to do here is I like to line up our DMR with the front of this door here. It just helps us clean up some of the enemies when we get back into this area. What we're doing now is we're just going to the front of the ship, killing the captain so they can't fly it anymore. And we kill those two grunts so that we don't have to worry about them running around later on. And we don't have to make sure that we kill them later, because they do kind of get in the way. So we run through here. Again, just managing our sprint cycle for a lot of these longer stretches. So we nade that guy.
Savannah action. Can you hear me?
Hopefully he doesn't dodge this much. Come on.
That's okay.
Yep.
Nothing we can do.
Just get rid of all the enemies in this area.
Cover. Get that Corvette moving and get the hell out of there.
Oh, we got it just before the audio was done.
Really
That's pretty nice.
Move, Lieutenant. Put that Corvette on a refueling track to the supercarrier.
Let's go button.
Well
Right, so
done,
we
Noble
press that
6.
button. Again,
Uppercut
very big
initiated.
hitboxes, but we just press it in the front because it's there.
6. I'm right out of here. It's taking heavy fire. Get back.
Alright, now we run
So-
back to the area that we're at, or that the
We will.
Pelican
Oh, yeah.
is in.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. Thank you. Sometimes he like walks in front of me,
It is convenience, Noble
but
6.
we're okay. And also sometimes this door is open. We haven't quite figured out why it's open sometimes, and sometimes it isn't, but lately it has not been open for me. Quite unfortunate, really.
So now there will be a few waves of enemies spawning in, and he wants to kill them as fast as possible right when they spawn in. So he just gets rid of those few enemies
on.
and then waits. Yep. Oh no, one. Alright,
It's okay.
that's looking good. Let's grab some guns here and then set up for those spawn-ins. So he wants to throw a grenade right when this door opens to get the most of them, or hopefully all of them dead. Not really.
Best one.
Yeah. Come on. Good.
Must have killed that dude.
Another
So we
one.
kind of scare those grunts over there. We hug this right side to spawn these guys a little bit sooner.
Oh!
They ran up a little fast on me. That's okay. We got a very good checkpoint. Oh. That was very lucky.
Yeah. And those
Very
are the last
good
ones.
silver
Really
elites
good.
there. A
You
lot
really
of
want-
times they'll like to hang out inside of that room, and
Yeah.
it can be very painful to watch.
Or if they get out, you don't really know where they are going, and you have to get there and see and look. That's really taken a long time.
Distance is
Alright.
closing on this vessel's refueling track in the Covenant supercarrier.
Actually, 47 seconds out of PB. All right. Next level is Exodus. Exodus is probably our most combat heavy level. As you can see, our fancy little helmet there. He's kind of dorky. Well, let's continue on.
This is Kilo Dispatch.
Just want to show
All
off.
available teams.
Just wanted to show you guys the face that he makes when he's in pain. Alright, so what we're doing here is we're going to run through, there's some suicide grunts that are later on in this area, and even on easy, those guys are a force to be reckoned with.
Yep.
Every
Those
once in
can
a while
kill
they
you
will
really
just run
fast.
at you, and if 2 of them come at you, you're done.
Yeah. And sometimes you have bad luck and they throw the grenade
Stay over
in
there,
your
stay over there,
face.
stay over there. Oh, that was really close. Okay, we're
No,
good.
but yeah, we're okay.
Little bit of safe strat there, but we're okay.
Copy Kilo 40. Firing FPF-1 at your command.
Oof, that's okay. And we got 2 plasma grenades there. Wow.
That's cool.
Okay. So our next thing here is Brute Door Skip. Again, same thing as Hunter Skip, just with Brutes instead.
Just get rid of the brutes as fast as possible so that no new enemies will spawn in and the door will just open.
Who cares?
And we got it.
And
Awesome.
got it.
Copy Evac 7. Move to assist the evac.
So we throw a grenade up there. Sometimes there's grunts up there, sometimes there isn't. This time there wasn't. That's okay though.
Cargo port goes to the tower.
Now he's making his way to an elevator which he needs to push some buttons in, and he wants to kill a specific amount of enemies going there and hit those buttons. Oh, that was a good one. Nice. So here's the second button. He's pushing through the wall.
Where's the button?
Hopefully,
I hope
yeah.
I got it.
Just to be sure. So now he needs to make his way back up. And
Hold
we
on,
want to
I
go
gotta
out of
cue
this
this.
level. Yeah, he wants to go out of this level and grab a sniper rifle because the next wave of enemies will spawn in with some phantoms and we can shoot them with that sniper inside the phantoms and get them killed pretty fast.
Deploying to the courtyards. Watch your flanks.
Let's go
Up there.
Come on. Yes.
Alright, so we're just basically defeating the purpose of wave fighting in this game. Oh, I missed the good shot. That was the best RNG on the Phantom, because sometimes you can drop the root as soon as he goes down in there, so... Uh-oh.
So now he's going for the last wave, and since we have pushed that second button we are not supposed to push already, when he's done with this wave, the teleporter thinks we have already pushed it, or because we have, and will just the teleporter that lift, and will teleport us right back. To
We
it.
didn't press the button inside the elevator,
oh, no.
so we gotta
Okay.
run back.
Yeah, if he would have hit that button, we would have been just teleported back in there, but yeah, he doesn't hit it. That's sad.
Yep. That loses quite a bit of time on that level
Yeah.
too, but that's okay. Alright, so this next area we are going to be hanging out with the bullfrogs. I
Yeah, why
would like
not?
to run into walls,
Why
I guess. Okay. So this next area is a whole lot of jetpacking. It's the first time that you really see a jetpack in this game, and they definitely make you use it.
So he just kills those marines there to get. Oh no.
Eh. You usually try and kill those guys because it skips their audio, and you could just pick that up just a little bit earlier.
Now we're making our way above those coverings here with a jetpack. You're supposed to do another route, but when the game lets you do it, so we're doing it. There's actually an achievement to not do this level with any jetpack or any armor ability at all.
It's
If
really
you want
hard.
that, yeah, if
It's
you want
very
that,
hard to
try
do.
it out. It is so hard to do.
So it's best to do that on co-op, but on solo you can do it as well. It's just a lot harder because you need to do a grenade hammer jump. Really?
Oh no. You want to grab the concussion rifle from him? Okay, nice. Because,
Alright.
yeah, those concussion rifle boosts give us so much speed. And now, yeah. With the hammer, the hammer has a pushback, so we can fling ourselves up there. And we have another big fling right here, just in the damage boost, and that jetpack will get us up. So in this section he wants to kill all the enemies as fast as possible.
That guy up top.
Yeah. Oh, he just dropped down. That's good. When we are fast enough, we will hit a little skip later on.
Uh-oh. Alright, so we just want to clear this up as fast as possible. That was actually a pretty good clear. You just want to kill everything before they drop this hammer guy. And we just throw a grenade, and he's done. And as soon as he dies, it instantly starts our next thing to do in this level. Actually, I want the hammer. So we just wait for these falcons to come in here. And once they drop, and we hop inside the Falcon, it is another good section for donations, if we have any.
We do indeed have quite a few donations. We have an anonymous $20 donation that says, "Hey Ice, gotta go fast."
City's been under siege for the last 5 days.
We also have a $20 donation from Jangoose, who gives us a nice smiley face.
Pulling back.
Thank you, Jangoose.
We've all got orders to evacuate.
And I would like to announce that our combined total between this event, Mid-Spring Speed Fling, as well as our partner event, VGMCon Line, has raised over $3,500 so far. You all are amazing.
Really cool.
Now both events combined do have a goal of $10,000, but based on how well we've been going so far, I think we can get there. I believe in all of you, Twitch chat.
That was awesome. You guys are great. Honestly. We just kind of hang out here. This is the perfect time to, like, for a bathroom break, usually. But we're in the middle of a marathon, so probably not the best. On easy, you can't actually die during these, like, auto-scrollers. Except for one very rare thing that can happen. If you destroy one of these Banshees while it's, like, relatively close to you or above you, sometimes you'll notice the top of them, so, like, the curved part on the top, it'll blow up and fly off, land on top of the Falcon, and it will sink it. And it won't actually be able to go up anymore. And you end up dying because you can't progress the level.
Just Halo things.
Just Halo things.
Just Halo things.
On Legendary, though, this level is, or this area is actually quite difficult because you have to destroy the Banshees, otherwise you
The
will
Banshees
kill.
would kill you pretty fast, yeah.
Oh no, if only we were watching, we could have helped them.
Oh no.
They're okay.
Why weren't you slow? Why weren't you faster?
Fox Actual. Should we send search and rescue
Oh
birds?
jeez, you suck.
Negative dispatch.
Alright, so this next area, we are going to that little thing and another anti-air missile setup. And we are going to disable them and then press a button. Bungie really likes their buttons in this game.
Bungie really loves buttons. So yeah, you need to push, and again, 3 buttons in this area.
3 seems to be the magic number here.
Yeah.
There's actually a soft lock here, named after me, I think, the ICK soft lock, and you can end up being stuck inside of this seat. Hold on. Oh, we're good. Okay.
Nice.
You can end up being stuck inside of that seat, and what'll happen is the game will just continue to let those Falcons fly away, and it will fly out of bounds, and you will time out of bounds and die, but the checkpoint is as the Falcons are leaving. So if you get stuck in there, it soft locks the game and you have to reset the run.
That was the first button. Now we're making our way up to that second button again, going to that wall and just jumping it up. Nice little concussion boost.
Really? Yeah, they made that. We don't like that, Wraith.
Nope.
Sometimes he charges us.
And the last and third button will be all up here. Usually should have gone inside it, but
leave me alone.
No,
No, okay.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really scary if that hammer guy is there because there's times where he'll just turn around and annihilate you. And there's nothing you can do about it. So, 10-minute 3, not too bad.
That's okay.
And now we are on to the most RNG level I feel in this run. New Alexandria.
It definitely is.
So, I actually had a 4th place spot in New Alexandria for a little bit. Weirdly enough, even though it's like one of my worst levels to play. There's a lot of things that can happen in this level, mainly right in the beginning here. We hope for Banshees. We got bad Banshees, but we got Banshees nonetheless. So what we want to do is we want to hijack one of the Banshees and fly it inside of the hospital building. Wow, I have no idea where he went. We're going to try this a few times because it is worth going for.
Grabbing that Banshee out of the air is not easy. Yeah, just grab the other one.
Oh, it's too
Oh,
early.
no.
Alright, focus here for just a second.
Slow.
Okay, we got it.
Really good.
First try.
Now that
every
he has
time.
that Banshee, he wants to make his way to the hospital. The hospital will be the first mission in this level on easy. On the other, yeah.
Any other difficulty?
Any
you
other
don't-
difficulty, yeah.
You have
will
to.
be-
It cycles through 3 different missions.
Yeah, you have three main missions, and on any difficulty it's random, but easy we have hospital first, and that's good because hospital first is the fastest one. Now we're just flying inside here, ignoring all the enemies, and what that will do is it will not load enemies in the later section of this level. Right
Usually
here.
there's a whole lot of brutes and
Yeah.
elites in here, and we just kind of don't care, and we fly through and press this button. Now we're going to be turning off a lot more buttons. They really like their buttons.
They really love buttons.
We want to make sure that we're inside of the Banshee as the checkpoint happens, because what will happen now, we called in a Falcon while we were still outside, and it should teleport us up top, and now we just wait for the Falcon to drop. Alright, I do have audio cues, so I do need to pay attention to what's happening. Alright, so he who shall not be named showed up, Gunnery Sergeant Buck. Now, what can happen is you can get something called Bucklock. If you get his mission shortly after a checkpoint, you will always get his mission. And his missions are very slow. You don't want that.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Again,
did I seriously get Bucklocked? In hospital?
No.
If it happens, we have to do, if it happens a 3rd time, I have to do the mission. Because I'm not going to redo hospital.
Yeah.
Keep it up, I will return fire.
And
Come on! Money, big money, big money, big money, big money. Oh, we're good.
okay.
Okay, that could have been real bad, real quick.
Yeah, this
So,
game has
yeah.
12 side missions you have to do, and you have to do 3 each after every main mission, but they are random, so we don't want to get bugged. They are basically, most of them are escort missions, and escort missions are bad.
They take about 2 minutes each,
so
and
much time.
they are very detrimental. So it is still more run, save, and time effective to just reset than it is to actually do this mission.
There are a few missions we want to, we of course prefer, that are the optimal route, but we can't really change it or manipulate it in any way, so we're basically up for the RNG on this one.
Okay.
Now we're waiting what mission you get next. And
So we got Virant Telecom Tower here. That's probably one of the best ones to get next because it can set us up for a skip, or Synovius Center, sorry, my bad. It can actually set us up for a skip called Jammer Skip, and I don't think I'm going to go for it because it is quite difficult from here, and I'm not used to doing it from here, but it is a really cool skip to watch. I actually do have it in my PB, so if you want to see it, you can check it out from a different section. It's actually from that building I got it. So from here, we just kind of run through. A lot of these like main building areas, we just kind of skip everything.
Yeah,
Run
just
through,
get in, get out, that's all. Nothing big. There would be fights in here, but we can just ignore them.
Yeah, usually there's a whole lot of buggers, and we just kind of leave them alone. We do a nice little fancy swag grenade jump there. Almost missed it, but we got it.
Yep.
Saves literally 0 time. Maybe like a second. Oh, jammer skip isn't possible after getting the cat shades. Rip. That's okay. So we're not gonna go for jammer skip because there's like the missions are grouped together in like 3s, so it's kind of weird. Hold on.
You see him fly out here to the bottom. It's usually not the way to go, but it's just
we got whiskey. Whiskey is the best mission to get, regardless of it's the second optional mission that you get or the first one that you get. The first one, you want whiskey first. It is the most optimal route. But whiskey in general is just a very, very nice mission to get. It's just so easy. You go over there, pop some shade turrets, and you're out. Ooh, about ran into a building. You'll notice me diagonal flying. Since one of the last updates, they actually updated it on PC to where for some reason when you are pressing forward and right or left at the same time, it takes that momentum by 1.5 speed and you go just that much further diagonal flying. So a lot of people dropped PBs once that happened. We're here a little bit early, so we gotta wait for this door.
Yep. Now it's just like the last building. We just need to get to the button, push it, and get out. We can ignore those hunters here, even though they can make our life pretty hard. But yeah.
This guy in particular, but he wasn't even paying attention, so we just leave him alone. This guy kind of flexes at us, but we just leave him alone.
He's sad.
He's like, friend, and we just leave.
Yeah. We wanted to hug you.
It's a very violent hug.
I suppose, yeah.
Uh-oh. We don't need that weapon anyways.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, so we are on the last mission here. It is a constant mission. We go fly over here as soon as possible, and we want to destroy this Phantom. This Phantom actually holds 2 shade turrets, and if we can destroy this Phantom before it gets up to the top and drops those shade turrets, then we don't have to deal with them. It's just 2 less things to shoot. So we just shoot this one thing while we wait for the shade turrets to drop anyways.
So we're shooting that Phantom in the engines, that will do a lot more damage. Come on, get down. Get down!
Ah, we got it. Okay.
So now it's just killing the rest of the shade turrets in a specific order, because they are actually dropping in this order, so we can get them faster. Oh, come on. Stop wobbling.
That's me.
So,
Alright, and now once we destroy the last shade turret, everybody just kind of leaves. You know, they just don't want to be here anymore. They don't want to play no more. So we just kind of hang out by this door and we wait for Kat to tell us we can go inside, and then we're done.
Come home, Lieutenant.
Alright, 8 minute, not great, but considering we got bucked twice, that's really not that bad.
That's rough.
Alright, our next level is the package. Now the package is Oni, if you recognize this at all. It's just with a different skin.
The first part is definitely Oni.
And so in the package here, we are getting Cortana. You know, spoiler alert. This is meant before Halo Combat Evolved. We got perfect RNG again for Ghost strats. It's frustrating. Okay, so we go in here, we destroy this Ghost. Come on, let me up. Let me up. It was like stuck in the ground.
Yeah.
So we take this Ghost here, we kind of fly through some rocks, and then we go and grab this Revenant. There's a way to do this next part with a ghost. I'm just not very good at it, and it's not very marathon safe. So we just grab the Revenant instead.
The game actually wants you to play with that Scorpion tank right there at the beginning, but we just don't do this.
So what we do is we do some damage to the outside. It destroys these shields in here. We just fly in, hit it, and we leave. We hit this one, hit the shield inside, go up here, and we hit it. We come over here because there is a guaranteed two plasma grenades there. And we want those plasma grenades for later on in the level. It helps us destroy some phantoms.
So for some extra speed, we're grabbing that Ghost. It's slightly faster than the Revenant.
Ooh, we dodged those guys, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we juked him out. He likes to get right in front of me and just block you. It's kind of a pain.
Now he wants to kill off those shade turrets just to not interfere with us later.
We don't have a plasma pistol, so we're gonna have to YOLO this one.
What you want to do is...
We usually get a plasma pistol and we nuke this guy so he doesn't like charge us. But we're just gonna play a little cat and mouse and hijack it. Could you stop? Fun fact, there's actually nobody flying these Banshees.
Hit it. Hit it.
See, nobody inside.
Usually an elite would fall out, but yeah, not on this one. We just needed to wait for the doors to open. Now we can just plow through it.
Get over here. Cubbies all over the base.
Just get inside the space. Very good.
Right. So right here we're gonna do this trick, or this jump here is actually a little trickier than you would think. We're gonna do a nice little grenade jump. Oh, we just barely got that. Holy smokes, that was very close.
Yeah, you can get stuck up on there pretty fast and not make it.
And this next trick here is unironically the hardest trick in the game. Don't know why. Basically all you do is just statue jump. You shoot this glass out, and you jump on top of the statue, and we made it.
Wow, nice.
That is very nice to get.
So if you get hit while doing this jump, you lose all your momentum and just will not make this jump.
Yeah. If you are getting shot midair, you will lose so much momentum and you just won't make it at all. So then you end up having to do a grenade jump, a cannon jump, or just run around and do it the actual way the game wants you to. But that's no fun. Alright, this is the hard part of the package. So what we're doing here is we are going to try and hijack another Banshee. We're going to try and hijack that guy. I don't think he's going to play very nice though, unfortunately.
I mean, he's making his way already to you, so...
Come on, come on.
Let's go.
Oh, let's go. Man, that was so close to missing.
Yeah.
We caught it right at the tail end. So now we're just kind of flying through here. We're going to activate these turrets, and it'll help us mitigate some of the runners that pop outside of these phantoms that are going to drop here. And they're going to drop a bunch of enemies. And what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and destroy the phantoms earlier than when they drop the enemies. We don't have to deal with them.
Whatever you have to do, do it.
We actually got really bad RNG for this, so we're going to see how this goes. Oh, we missed that first shot. That's pretty bad.
We're gonna pre-damage them first, then hop in our Banshee and just get the last shots in with that cannon from it.
Okay, we're gonna go for this one first. Usually you go for the one to our left, but because he ended up popping in first, I'm gonna get this guy. Because if these ones, if these leave, you lose like 30 seconds to them just leaving the area, and it's really frustrating.
Yeah, the game really wants them to despawn before it does anything else.
I missed that grenade bomb, that kind of sucks.
So you might be wondering what he's doing here. He can't really slow down. Those Banshees will always fly forward, so he needs to either get themselves stuck into some geometry and shoot them, or just fly back and forth to just get the kill in, get the damage in.
Are you...
Oh no! It's shield.
That's really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he was going to get out of that first, and it ended up destroying me, but that's okay. So we just go back over here. The checkpoints in this level are very brutal. They're kind of the same as Long Night of Solace. They're not forgiving at all.
That's good. And again, just hitting those engines, doing a bit more damage than shooting anything else.
Okay.
Alright.
And then we cleaned up that, and then now we go over here. Don't flip. It's gonna flip.
Just get the last.
Alright, and now we focus on these other phantoms here.
Getting close.
Just like last wave, get a bit of damage in and then hop into that Banshee. Okay.
Let us.
Come on! Nice.
Oh.
Flipping that Banshee is not too bad. It can actually just despawn on you if you're unlucky. So good that that doesn't happen. And now
This is where we want to go because we can kind of get stuck in here and just hang out and kill this guy. Makes it very easy. Sorry for being quiet, I just kind of got to focus on this one a little bit here. So we destroy this last phantom, and then we just kind of clean up house here a little bit. Sometimes what'll happen is these shield jackals will nuke you with the plasma pistol, and you will drop in the ravine. It's pretty brutal. Alright, now all we want to do, instead of destroying all the phantoms, we just want to destroy this phantom. If we destroy this phantom, it actually just progresses the level, which is really nice. So we just don't worry about him.
And hitting him in mid-flight is really hard without a lot on grenade.
So,
yeah.
So we're gonna hope that I can get locked behind this guy.
Get stuck. That's looking good.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, just hop back and forth. Get this phantom down. And now just clear up the rest of the enemies.
Oh.
And don't get killed by it. Come on.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, we just wait for that current objective to pop in there.
I'm opening.
Just gonna hop out now. And now we just run to the end of the level here, which is just this button. They really like their buttons again. You press it and we're done.
Done.
Considering we got blown up and we got some pretty bad RNG, and 844 isn't horrible for me. Usually I get a low 8, but that's okay. Our last and final level, Pillar of Autumn. Super, super fun level, honestly. There's a lot of cool tricks in it.
Yep.
And right off the gate here, we are actually going to do a trick just called Little God Jump. And it's an angle jump that just throws you forward. So we're going to try and get it here. Ooh, that's a good lineup. Oh, and we got it first try.
Nice, really good. So what could happen here is if you don't get a checkpoint falling down there, you will die because when you get a checkpoint you have some invincibility frames, so it won't kill you when jumping down. And now just make our way with that mongoose a bit further.
Alright, so this next little section here, we're just gonna kind of drive around. We're gonna do some swag strats for you guys. Because it is the first time Halo Reach has been ran here at Midwest Speed Fest, I usually don't do this during marathon runs or full game runs, but we kind of have to. We sneak right in between here, almost get nuked by that grunt, hang around this bush, and we jump and hope we do not roll. That was perfect.
That was perfect.
We come over here, we jump by this bush. That was not as perfect, but we still landed,
okay.
so I'll take it. Got through there at a 113. That is a very, very good time to get out of there. Absolute pog in chat. Now we just kind of run through here. Usually there's like a nice windy road to get past there. You probably get out there around like a minute 45. We just skip about 30 seconds of that, so.
Next up will be a little barricades up there. They are very tight and we need to get through them. So we can drive through, but sometimes the mongoose just gets stuck.
Hey,
no
we didn't
thick
get fat
mongoose.
hog.
Nice. So if you get thick mongoose and get stuck, that's really hard to get out again. But that's good. There are
Hug
a
this
few
rock here,
alternative
there's
routes,
some
but
suicide grunts there, and we just kind of dodge those guys.
really good. That was a good section though.
That was actually really good. A 204
Yeah.
at the cutscene. That was very good. Alright, so now we're just kind of running. Again, this is a whole lot of sprint cycle management. We're going to pick up a laser cannon. And you saw us pick up the rocket launcher earlier. We are actually going to carry those pretty much to the end of the game. As there's some phantoms that we're going to blow up. If you see a trend here, the phantoms do like to bring in a whole lot of enemies, and we don't like a whole lot of enemies, so.
So we don't like a whole lot of phantoms.
Those guys usually body block me. I've been very fortunate so far this run.
So now we got the Spartan laser.
This is Captain Keys of the Pillar of Autumn. We are tracking you, Noble, and we've begun
Did
our
not
launch.
overshoot that jump finally. That's very nice.
Hey.
I'll be on it myself.
Sometimes you can overshoot it and land in between the building and the cliffside, and it just kind of sucks.
Better be, soldier. because my
Again, we're just kind of
countdown
running through here, have some sprint cycle management, and what we're going to do is there's a ghost up here. We're going to blow it up with this rocket launcher, but not destroy it.
He just wants to clip basically those.
Oh, I got the slap. We're okay.
Nice. He wanted to clip over those wings in the front of that ghost to fit through those doors better. That's good. And yeah, no, you're not supposed to be here with that vehicle, but it's Halo, so we're doing it. I mean, this is peak Halo. Whoever played Halo before knows that you can just go everywhere with those ghosts.
Oh,
And
drop in.
no.
Perfect. Come on.
Let's go.
Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, we got it.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So, it probably doesn't save us any more time than just running through this, but I like bringing the ghost over here because it's really cool. Well, we just kind of skipped past these hunters here. Almost got blown up. That was pretty neat. And we're going to do a little swag window jump in there.
Really perfect.
So we jump through that window, skip those hunters, and make sure we get the trigger, which you saw us kind of move left as soon as we jump through that window. Oh, we didn't get to Tony Hawk that rail. That's okay. Alright, and you know that we got the trigger if that door opens. If it's not opening, then you have to run all the way down there again and hope that you don't lose a bunch of time.
Keys to Noble Team. We're running out of time here, Spartans.
Our next major trick is actually called Keyskip. Keyskip is quite difficult to do only because you need to be fast to do it. And you need to be very fast to do the trick. I'm going to try and do it with a hammer. Which is probably one of the hardest ways to do it.
Why not? You have rockets, but you're doing it with a hammer.
Yeah, you have rockets, you'll get a plasma cannon, but I like to do it with a rocket. It's just a lot more fun to try it.
Yeah.
We hope to get plasma grenades, and we did, thankfully.
So you want to kill all of the enemies here that will dropping in, like really all. You can't let anyone live. That will just prevent Keyskip from working. Let's go.
Right, perfect there. And now we use the laser cannon here and shoot the engines. It is very important that you shoot the engines, because if you miss one, you won't be able to destroy this Phantom in time, and then you won't be able to get Keyskip. We have just enough laser ammo to destroy it.
So this chieftain here will drop our hammer for us. Let's go. Come on.
Give me the hammer. Okay, we might be a little bit late. I did grab the fuel rod cannon just in case. Yeah, we're not going to make it in time. That's okay.
The brutes are dropping in from that thing. Needs to be killed as fast as possible, or it will not work.
So we did get Keyskip, thankfully.
Yeah, nice.
Essentially what that does is as soon as everybody's down, that Phantom will not drop its enemies, and so that Falcon will just leave. Or not Falcon, the Pelican will just leave. And when the Pelican leaves, usually you have to wait for it to fly all the way around Anchor, or the Pillar of Autumn, and then this one will spawn in and come back and pick you, or drop you off, or drop some stuff off essentially, and just leave you behind. But instead, we kill all of the enemies, and the game's like, oh, hey, everybody's dead. And so it just brings the Pelican in instead. We actually are on PB pace too, because of that Keyskip.
Get on that mass driver and clear me a path.
So I might actually PB this run in a marathon. That's pretty neat. This next little section here, fun little jump, nothing super crazy.
Yeah.
So
we're hitting a trigger up on that stairway, and now it's just a timer, like 1 minute 15 or 1 minute 20, so we can go ahead and end this level and this run.
Yep. Now it's just the end of the level. So thanks everybody for watching. I really do appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys learned some stuff, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching. I'm gonna try and not get killed by these guys. Okay, we're good. Sometimes I've died from those guys, and it's extremely embarrassing. But yeah, I actually have a lineup for here, so for some reason I never learned how to count in this game, so I just learned how to do lineups instead. And we just kind of help these guys out, empty some ammo, shoot off some rounds. We're excited, we're happy, we're popping off here. Grenades, have some grenades. Alright, now what we want to do is we want to line up this ladder with this railing. Yeah, thanks, I forgot the word. But we line the ladder up with the railing here, and we want the white of the center of this red piece here to show up. As soon as it does, we can just walk up here, grab this, and shoot our cannon. Oh, we were just a touch too early. 3, 2, 1, and done. That's time.
Really good.
Good gun fight.
So that was a 107.29 for my full game run. That's actually a 30 or 20-second PB. So
yeah, that is really good. GG. Nice.
That was Halo Reach. Oh man. What? I was 1 frame off of that trick.
Yeah. It worked. It worked, PB. That's nice.
Absolutely. Very happy about that. So yeah. I think we met the criteria for Lone Wolf, if I'm not mistaken.
We did indeed meet the Lone Wolf incentive.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so we get to show you guys the little Lone Wolf. I'll let you talk. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. So after this mission, there's actually another mission, but we don't do it in a speedrun because it's just die as fast as possible. But for this incentive, we want to survive.
We're kind of waiting to skip this cutscene.
Yeah.
All right. So this level is called Lone Wolf. We don't have it like Private was saying here, because essentially all you can do is just throw a couple grenades at your feet and you're done. But thanks to you guys for your donations to the marathon. Our current objective is to survive.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
So all I'm doing here is I'm setting up some boxes. No, we're not going to do that. There's a cheeky little strat here that you can do by just sitting back here.
You can set up these boxes until there's no gap left and hide behind them. No enemy will ever see you, and you can basically survive for infinity. Just crouch behind it and wait.
Yeah, so if you get right here, that's kind of bad.
Yeah, I know, you need the other box.
That's okay, we'll move it. So yeah, you can just kind of line this up here and just create a nice little home for yourself, and maybe a little bit tighter, you know. Yeah, nice building structure right there.
That's good. Nice.
We just kind of hang out here. If you don't move the camera, you can sit here for an infinite amount of time.
I mean, you can even shoot behind it and no enemy will ever notice you. So
As long as you don't move the camera, you can sit here forever. But we're not going to do that because that's pretty lame. So we're going to run around here. Nice little helmet here. It's the only time you see it over here. Bunch of Spartans, bunch of Marines kind of laying around. This is just your last stand on the Planet Reach. You'll kind of notice some stuff laying around. There's a sniper somewhere over there, I think. This laser cannon here. We're just kind of waiting for enemies to spawn in. We'll just keep you over there, Elite. It does get very hard very quick.
Oh, yeah.
And we want to keep our DMR ammo as long as possible. Our DMR is going to help us out tremendously through this area. So we're at 2-minute mark. Nothing super crazy. We're just going to pop some grunts off as they appear out in the distance. We're going to leave you alone for now.
Yeah, just don't trigger the enemies too early or they will all rush you. If you really want to survive as long as possible while fighting.
Yeah, so these guys will just kind of leave us alone. Until about, I would say, the 4-minute mark. These guys just kind of hang out around the outside.
They get very aggressive very fast.
Yeah, so in the beginning, it's just grunts and a couple low-level elites like blues. Later on, you'll start to see some silver elites, and those are a little bit harder. They come out with better weapons, and then at about 8 to 9 minutes, all you'll see are very rarely grunts, sword elites, and plasma cannon elites, and that's it.
Yeah.
And those sword elites will absolutely wreck you if you're not ready for it. But we're just here, we're hanging out, you know, popping some grunts. Usually I have the birthday party skull, but to make a run valid, you can't have it, which is really unfortunate. Because we don't know if skulls manipulate RNG, so we can't have them.
Would be fun.
Sage.
Though. Yeah.
It would be fun. It'd be very annoying, but it would be fun. So yeah, we just kind of hang out in this camp of, you know, our non-roofed, barely roofed, sorry, no
destroyed
walled
base, whatever.
See, these elites just kind of hang out. They just don't really bother us. There's actually some wraiths out in the roundabouts. Later on, you'll see them drop, and then they'll just start nuking this little building here. Luckily, they can't hit you, but as soon as you leave this building, they are weirdly extremely accurate. From, you know, 20 miles away. No
They're
idea
usually
how,
not.
but yeah, they will destroy you. Alright, so they're now starting to storm the building a little bit. Our biggest, or our best thing that we're gonna get is the DMR and a plasma pistol. Uh-oh. And these guys, we just kind of leave them alone, but I think the gold elites are already starting to show up, so we might have to switch over to the plasma pistol and get rid of the brigadier pistol so we can actually take care of these guys, because they can be very detrimental. Yeah, we're gonna switch over to the plasma pistol.
That difficulty is ramping up really fast.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Ah. So what he's trying to do here is called a noob combo. He will basically overload the shields of the elites by that shot from the plasma pistol and then finish them with a headshot with a DMR or any weapon that does big headshot damage.
And so as long as you, the longer you stay and the more damage that you take, you will actually notice that items from the HUD are going to be missing. I think the first thing that leaves is your radar and then your grenades and ammo. It does get kind of rough once you can't see anything, and then you'll see like cracks on the screen. It's the only level that you'll actually see that happening. They're gonna pop over here. Uh-oh. Ah! Oh no. Already got a crack.
Oh yeah. And no shielding. Come on.
Okay, we're gonna bail. We gotta save ourselves here a little bit. So on Legendary, you actually won't regain your shield or your health on this level. You'll just die. It's pretty unfortunate. Wow, really? Uh-oh.
Let's go. Yeah, you saw that wave back there. Already spawned in.
I don't want to be out here right now, actually. This
you
is
don't
very
want to be there, no.
Alright, we're already starting to get some major cracks in the screen. Oof, those laser guys are pretty brutal.
The rail gun is really tough.
Uh-oh.
Damn it, that was not
Oh, it's not a plasma.
Let's go.
Ah! Leave Krusty alone.
Popping off those headshots.
Uh-oh.
Oh, damn it.
That's not good, that's not good, that's not good. Gotta leave. Oh, we gotta leave. Eh. Okay, we're good. We're good for now. Oh, really? What?
Oh.
Oh.
Whoa.
I think I got either blown up by a wraith or a grenade, or I hit an explosive barrel, so that's pretty unfortunate. Yeah. We survived about 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 23 seconds, so that's not too bad. Wish we could have survived a little bit longer, because it gets absolutely crazy. But that's all that I have for here. I just want to give some shout outs to Private 117 here. Thank you very much for helping with commentary, man. I appreciate that.
No problem.
We also have our wonderful Halo Runs community in here. And if you want to ever check us out, haloruns.com. It brings up all of our speed runs, and you can see all of our times, our leaderboards, and everything. It's really cool to check it out, and you can see some of the stats and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, and I just wanted to shout out the German Restream, which I was a long time part of. And those guys are really great. You should definitely check them out, send them some love. They are really nice people. And especially the guy that has commentated this one in German. So, du stinkst.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
I
if you
just
want to
totally
see,
smell so.
If you want to see any more of myself, stop over at twitch.tv/IceColdKiller72. I speedrun Halo Reach every Tuesday, and I also host community game nights at least twice a month. And we do random games on Thursday, and we do cartoon games on Saturday for some Saturday morning cartoons. So make sure you stop by. It's a lot of fun. We usually keep a chill environment. But that's all I got.
That's it.